Good morning, fans. You're probably wondering why I'm going uh, on early. I got stuff to do, and I need to do it in the afternoon. So I'm moving up the pod to it was supposed to be 11 o'clock this morning. I got sidetracked with like a bazillion other things. Um, Price you got to pay when you're an adult, right? Hopefully everybody's having a great week. Everybody's going to have an amazing weekend. We have a respite this weekend, unless there's something going on and I don't know about it. And I will find out, trust me. SummerSlam's coming up. You know I'm going to be covering that. I'm going to be covering also Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor. So I'm going to be doing that. Preview predictions for both of them. And also, I will be definitely getting the entire bundle of the Ric Flair situation. I'll have it. I can watch it whenever I want. I don't necessarily, but I am going to watch the event with all the wrestling and everything like that. That has to definitely come into play. That is like priority, and I will be giving you the results and some of my feedback on it. So, look for all those informations then. And of course, preview predictions for everything for WrestleMania, SummerSlam, the Death Before Dishonor. It's gonna be really crazy at the end of this month. I am just completely shot, like seriously. So I don't want to waste any more of your time. I want to get through this so I could go and do what I needed to do that I was supposed to do this morning, but I'm going to put it off to the afternoon because then I can take my time. You think I'm going to have a beer at fucking 11:30 on a fucking Friday morning? You're out of your mind. I originally wanted to do my circle thing, but I just brushed my teeth. So I'm going to stick with this until the mint gets the hell out of here. So you know what I like to promote. All my people that I support, which are Harry's.com. Get all your shaving and toiletry essentials there at Harry's.com. Do yourself a favor if you have a beard, go check out maestroclassics.com and get all your essentials there, your beard essentials. Please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. They have 3 new flavors, which are lime, mixed berry, and mango, I think mango orange. Also, go to deathwishcoffee.com. They have 2 new flavors and brews. They have blueberry vanilla, and they have espresso. So I can't wait. Maybe tomorrow, when the mail comes, I can get my espresso and I can enjoy myself in the morning. And those are probably the mornings that I don't go visit my son. Nice Saturday morning, get a nice latte with some caramel drizzle. Yummy. Also, please go check out High Intensity. It's at the end of August. I think it's the 28th of August, if I'm not mistaken. Go to hogwrestling.net and go get all the information there. If I'm not mistaken, it is the 28th. No, it's like, I think the 27th or the 28th, last weekend in August. So get all your information. I think the tickets go on sale this week or next week. So go check that out. And it was released like 2 days ago that the House of Black is making their debut in its entirety at HOG Wrestling. So it's going to be great. And I'm praying to God I want to get this event, and hopefully it'll be on Fight TV. Fingers crossed. If we all troll and protest to Fight TV, we can possibly make that happen. Or I could go ask JD himself to see if they are going to be doing that, because I would love to see that. Seriously, my hands are so dry from fucking the summertime. Yeah, it's usually that it's supposed to be nice and soft during the summertime. Nope. It's all fucking year round, people. This is what happens when you get older and you go through menopause, which I am going through, which sucks. 40-year-old woman should not be going through menopause at this late, early injunction. Well, that's besides the point. So go check that out. And then please go check out Outbreak Wrestling. Go check them out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and I think Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Go check them out. Also, please, I had posted something last night on my Twitter. If you could help those kittens out, please go check that out, please. And if you know Jessie the Buckeye, she had a setback with her illness. I actually bought one of her shirts, and will always be to the end. God hope not. Um, I'm a Jessie girl. Now, if you're wondering, you millennials or you youngsters out there, I'm an '80s baby. There's a song called Jessie's Girl from Rick Springfield. Please look it up on this platform. Listen to the words. I took that concept and made it my own. Are you a Jessie girl? Because I'm sure I'm. Go, please, if you can, help her, buy her shirts, maybe donate to her, whatever the case may be. She is a beacon of light in this world, this cesspool, as we call it, a world. Those people should not be getting this illness. She is too good of a person to have this. So let's get this, and let's get on this bandwagon and support her. I'm supporting her as best as I possibly can, monetarily wise. But please, it's just, you go to Jessie Buckeye in her Twitter handle, go check her story out, and just retweet anything. You can give, go give. I would never, ever ask you, you must go give or there'll be trouble. Please go check that out, please. Speaking of Twitter, I changed everything on my TikTok, so it's now Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Mel's Mat Chat. Go check that out. And I'm on Facebook and Snapchat. So go check all of those lovely social media out. Update on how I'm feeling about my mom, because I haven't dropped how I'm doing lately with that. It's going, it's a work in progress. I ended up, I think it was last week or the week beforehand. I ended up going to donate my mother's clothing. So that's like a little jarring, and it's like final now. It's getting more final this weekend. If you were wondering why I need to do what I need to do in the afternoon, I have to go through my mother's cell phone. It's still activated. I know I'm wasting money, but I can't bring myself to turn it off. And this weekend, I'm going to transfer everything to my phone, get all the photos, the numbers that I need, that is necessary to me, because if anything does come up, I have the number and there's no issues. So that will be turned off hopefully by Sunday or Monday. preferably Monday. No, sorry, Wednesday it'll be turned off. That's when I get to go over to the phone company, see if I can get a new phone. So that is that. Lots of things are coming up in my family. The end of the month, which is coincidentally it's SummerSlam and weekend and my grandfather, my uncle, which is going to be 60 years old. His birthday party is going to be on the 30th. On the 31st, we're having a big celebration, big barbecue for my grandmother, which will be 80 years old. So you're probably wondering, okay, she's 40, her uncle's 60, and my grandmother's 80. So when I was born, my grandmother was just about to turn 40. My uncle was 20, and I was born. So me and my grandmother and my uncle are pretty much 20 years apart. So pretty interesting. It's pretty funny. I will always know their ages. My grandfather is going to be 82. My dad's going to be 63. And I'm not looking to look at 41. I just am getting used to 40. So hopefully you're going to have a great Friday. It's supposed to be a decent weekend. Get out. Me, I stay in because I can't stand the heat. All right. Let's get cracking. Me laddie. And I can say that because I'm Irish, okay? So don't come fucking at me that I'm being racist or anything. I am Irish. My mom was 50% Irish. My grandmother was 100%. Her maiden name was Ryan. So don't fucking at me. All right, we're going to start off with AEW. Now we have two big announcements for AEW. Death by Dishonor, we will have FTR defending their Ring of Honor tag team championships against the Briscoes, them boys. Also, the Bastard Pack will be defending his All Atlantic Championship against Shota Umino. And it will be taking place at Rev Pro. So that's going to be interesting. And so I can't wait for Death by Dishonor. We're going to have Samoa Joe versus Jay Lethal. Just that those two matches alone, you're going to get it. And it's only $30, $29.99. What are you going to do on the 23rd? There's no more fucking barbecues going on. There's no more 4th of July fun. Go get it. So, starting off with last week's Rampage. Tonight, we are going to start off with the Rampage Royal Rampage match. Entrants included Hangman Adam Page, Brody King, Dante Martin, Darby Allin, The Natural Dustin Rhodes, Frankie Kazarian, John Silver, Limitless Keith Lee, Kono Suzuki Takashita, Matt Hardy, Platinum Max Caster, Freshly Squeezed Orange Cassidy, Penta Oscura, Powerhouse Hobbs, Absolute Ricky Starks, Roosh, Swerve Strickland, The Blade, The Butcher, and Tony Nese. The winner earns an AEW interim title match. I am telling you, the concept of this match was pretty freaking out of left field, which is a good thing because I'm going to tell you the good thing. It's taking the Royal Rumble concept, but just having an ante up. What's better than that? There was a red ring on the left and a blue ring on the right. So because that's where Blood and Guts was getting taken place. So Tony Khan took advantage of this and came up with this brainstorm of an idea. Absolute Ricky Starks entered the Red Ring, and Team Taz outnumbered Hangman Page as Powerhouse Hobbs and Starks double team Page. Darby Allin backdropped Tony Nese over the top rope. The Butcher was out next, accompanied by the Bunny. Darby hit a tope suicida on Nese through the ropes, not over the top. The Butcher then grabbed Darby and began to swing him against the steel guardrail over and over again. John Silver entered, and he and Hangman Page helped each other. Then came number 4 for the Blue Ring. Platinum Mask Caster Billy Gunn accompanied Caster along with Anthony Bowens. Out next to the Red Ring, Roosh. Roosh quickly went after Starks and Hobbs, then suplexed John Silver. The Blade then entered number 5 for the Blue Ring. The Butcher and the Blade used tandem offense on Darby Allin in the Blue Ring. Penta Escudo came out, but Roosh tried to ambush him on the ramp. Instead, Penta rocked Roosh with a sling blade. Starks speared John Silver and eliminated him. Swerve was entrance number 6 in the Blue Ring. Swerve hit Max Caster with a thrust kick and knocks him into the arena floor. Coincidentally, Keith Lee was entrant number 7 in the Red Ring, while Swerve was in the Blue Ring. Somehow this thing is going to end up in an epic storyline, which I'm all for. Give it to me. Thank you, Tony. Swerve smiling at pointing at Keith Lee, and said Shivani. Swerve was smiling. Keith Lee was not, replied Shivani. Matt Hardy was entrance number 7 into the Blue Ring. Hardy hit the Blade with forearms right out of the gate. Entrance 8 in the Red Ring, Dustin Rhodes, who scoop slammed Starks, but quickly ate a shoulder tackle from Hobbs for his efforts. Penta Escudo and Roosh traded chops on the apron. They were walking a very tight rope, said Excalibur. Roosh connected with a low blow, sending Penta backwards on his way down. Penta pulled Roosh out with him. Frankie Kazarian entered the Blue Ring and tried to hoist Darby Allin over the top rope. The Butcher backdropped Matt Hardy over the top rope. Dante Martin was number 9 in the Red Ring. I have a feeling this kid's going to be hard to eliminate, said Ross. Kono's Takashita came out to the ring next. He hit a blue thunder bomb on Darby Allin. Brody King was entered number 10 in the ring. Dustin Rhodes and Brody King slugged it out, but Brody waffled Rhodes and knocked him down. Freshly squeezed Orange casually strolled out to the ring. Brody King eliminated Dante Martin. Orange used a Hurricane Rana to take down the Butcher and the Blade. Takashita blasted Orange with a Springbuster. The Butcher and the Blade eliminated. Takashita Swerve tossed out Orange as Orange had his back turned. Butcher and the Blade dragged the leg on Swerve and dumped him to the floor. Hangman was thinking buckshot lariat, but Brody Lee charged him. Brody Lee, not Brody, but Brody King, sorry, charged him and sent him flying to the floor. Darby eliminated the Butcher and the Blade. Brody King rushed at Darby Allin in the other ring as they were the last 2 remaining contestants. Brody hit Cannonball Senton on Darby. Brody got the advantage as he was number 10 in the ring. Tony Shivani. Brody picked up Allin in the sleeper and muscled Darby out of the ring. It'll be AEW Interim World Champion Jon Moxley defending against Brody King this Wednesday on Dynamite. I'm telling you, this was a fucking crazy match when we get to it. It was something that could have been on a pay-per-view, and I'm not joking. Eliminator match. AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks versus Bishamon, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi. Of course, they're going to give me the fucking Japanese names, and I'm going to be fucking them up. Goto kicked Nick into the corner, but Nick began kicking Gato. Hashi tagged in. The Bishamon hit the Young Bucks with the war drums. Matt Jackson put on the brakes on the and used his locomotion Northern Lights suplex on Bishamon. Nick Jackson flew off the top turnbuckle onto Bishamon on the arena floor. Gato used all his size to take Matt Jackson off his feet with a hip toss and then a big leg lariat. 18 years of pro wrestling, and that guy still can go, said Tony Schiavone of Gato. Nick grabbed a blind tag on the Bucks, used their infamous stand-up offense on Gato. Remember, a win here would give Bishamon a title shot, said Schiavone. Bishamon used the headhunter maneuver for a near fall on Nick. Matt Jackson dropped them with super kicks. Everybody is bringing their best stuff, said Ross. What a back and forth battle we are witnessing here on Rampage, replied Excalibur. Gato hoisted Nick and dropped Nick's neck right across the knee. Yoshihashi used a thrust kick on Nick Jackson. This is looking bad for the Young Bucks, says Excalibur. Matt Jackson blindsided Goto with a super kick. The Bucks grabbed Yoshihashi and smashed him with a BTE trigger. The Bucks finished off Bishamon with a melter driver for the pin. Decent match. I mean, it was basically just a filler type thing because you really think that they were going to win to get a title match. That's WWE booking for you. Don't think like that. The main event time, the Nyla Rose versus Toni Storm. Oh, next week, we're going to have Ring of Honor Pure Champion Jonathan Gresham says Lee Moriarty faces Lee Moriarty. So that's going to be, no, wait a minute. Backstage, RH Pure Champion Jonathan, wait a second. No, it's World Champion Jonathan Gresham and Lee Moriarty would face the Gates of Agony from Tully Blanchard Enterprises on Rampage this coming week. So we have Nyla Rose and Toni Storm. Nyla landed Toni with a knee strike. Toni dodged a punt from Nyla, but then Nyla planted Toni. Toni peppered Nyla with strikes, but then she ran towards the ropes. Marina lowered the ropes. Toni lost her balance from Marina. Interfered and fell outside the ring. Marina was waiting and connected with a front snap kick to Toni. Nyla body slammed Toni on the arena floor while the ref had his back turned. Marina continued to work over Toni Storm. Back in the ring, Nyla continued to punish Toni's back. Nyla splashed Toni in the corner. Nyla tried for the cannonball senton. Toni moved out of the way. Toni smashed Nyla with the hip attack in the turnbuckles. Nyla got low-bridged and spilled to the outside. Toni jumped off the apron with a double DDT, Nyla and Marina. That was 6, said Jim Ross. Nyla attempted the beast bomb, but Toni countered. Nyla sat down instead and squashed Toni, but Toni kicked out of the pin attempt. Nyla ripped off the top turnbuckle and the process hit Toni and with a thrust kick. Nyla draped Toni across the ropes. Nyla tried her diving knee strike, but Toni moved out of the way. Toni German suplexed Nyla for a near fall. That was an exceptionally close, said Excalibur. Marina jumped onto the apron, but Toni launched her off of her for her troubles. Toni Storm pinned Nyla Rose after nailing her with the pendulum DDT. Marina jumped on Toni from behind and ground and pound her. AEW World Women's Champion Thunder Rosa ran to the ring to help. Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa, and Toni jumped the Toni to help Toni Storm. Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm battled with Nyla and Marina, sending them retreating. I want to make this abundantly clear. How the fuck is Marina Shafir in a fucking better storyline than fucking her husband in NXT? And he fucking resigned. Makes me nauseous. Because he could have went and joined the Undisputed Elite and we would... Mama! My Bubba Boys would be all happy. Oh, for the love of Jesus. I don't know. I don't know sometimes, you know? We're going to go right into Dynamite so we can get you ready for tonight. Dynamite. This is coming from the Blue Cross Arena in War Memorial, Rochester, New York. So you're hearing Rochester. Okay. That is where Brody Lee was supposed to debut. So, of course, you know who's going to be there, right? We start out with the TNT Championship street fight. This was great, the way it was booked. But it kind of looked like Scorpio Sky looked like an idiot afterwards. Oh, well, whatever, you know. Scorpio Sky versus Wardlow. Sky evaded Wardlow with blasts, Wardlow with body shots. Wardlow fired back with massive shoulder tackle, taking the champion off his feet. Scorpio Sky connected with a low blow on Wardlow. And an angered Wardlow hurled Scorpio Sky across the ring. Wardlow followed Scorpio Sky outside the ring. Lambert placed his hand on the back of Wardlow. Wardlow turned around, but members of the American top team were there to block him from getting to Lambert. Wardlow was rammed into the steel ring steps. Wardlow took to the skies with a swanton bomb onto Scorpio Sky. Wardlow was about to powerbomb Scorpio Sky. Then Lambert ordered the members of America's top team to jump into the ring and stop Wardlow. Wardlow quickly dispatched of all the ATT members. As Wardlow was busy with ATT, Scorpio Sky nailed Wardlow with the TNT title. Wardlow retaliated with a spine buster. Since he's in AEW, double A style. When it's in WWE, it's Triple H style. And so to me. Wardlow powerbombed Scorpio Sky. Wardlow powerbombed the champion again and again. Wardlow placed his foot on Scorpio Sky and pinned him. For the second time, TNT champion changes hands in Rochester, New York, and this time it is Mr. Mayhem Wardlow, your new TNT champion, said Excalibur. Smart Mark Sterling was backstage with Tony Nese trying to get Swerve Strickland removed from the roster for being a snake. Keith Lee refused to sign the petition because he said Strickland is still his partner. We heard from Christian Cage and Luchasaurus. You want to talk about savagery? Could this be that Christian is now a better promo guy than Edge? I still would have loved to see Edge go to AEW and be Adam Copeland, because you know for a fact he doesn't have the rights to Edge. Why would WWE be that stupid to get rid of that name? Christian Cage. So they're out in the ring. Luchasaurus and Cage are out there. So here we are on the heels of Blood and Guts, and I'm here, and I'm the Cage that everybody is talking about. You ignorant people are demanding answers, wanting to know why Luchasaurus decided to remain aligned with me. Jeff Hardy's music, began to play, and Matt walked onto the ramp. Hardy, Christian Cage, you are unreal. I'll be honest, Jungle Boy was my friend. Jungle Boy trusted you. He respected you. And you screwed him over. He didn't deserve that. Christian, you're going to sit here and pretend all of a sudden you're buddy with Jungle Boy. You're starting to make your brother sound like the sober one. Hardy, I see what you're doing with Luchasaurus. You want to use him to make as much money as you can. Hey, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I did the same thing with Private Party and Butcher and the Blade, and I regret that. And last month, my the last month of my life has been a mess, but I'm out here right now to make sure no one else gets taken advantage of. Christian Cage, you're out here because you're a clout chaser. Matt Hardy, you'll use your kids, your wife, your father-in-law. You'll even turn a blind eye on your brother just so that you can have one last run. I'm the hottest, most influential star in AEW, and you just want to be near me. Your brother isn't even the most embarrassing thing to your family. You are. Somehow in the Carolinas, Rebby is fucking fuming at this point. I wouldn't be. I'm sorry. As Jeff's wife, I would have something. I would have something to say about this. That wasn't right. That was a little bit. They could have cleaned that up just a little bit. So, Luchasaurus began to assault Matt, throwing him into the steel ring steps. Matt tried to fight back, but Luchasaurus booted Hardy's head, which was sandwiched against the ring post. Luchasaurus choked slammed Matt Hardy through the timekeeper's table, and we go to commercial. Tony Schiavone was backstage with Jake Hager and Claudio Castagnoli. Thank you. I've been practicing that last name for a week now. Hager, deep down inside, Claudio knows he's not as tough as I am. He's never been a world champion. He won't be one here. And he said Ring of Honor, WWE. We know about WWE, okay? Let's not fucking drag the knife a little bit deeper here, okay, pal? Claudio, my team beat your team at Blood and Guts. Next week, I'm going to go 3-0 against you. The Butcher and the Blade versus Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. This is a very high-stakes matchup here in the tag team division, said Excalibur. Keith Lee and the Blade began the match for their respective teams. The Blade slapped Keith Lee, but Lee headbutted Blade. Butcher tagged in, and Keith Lee sent the Butcher crashing off the top rope to the mat. The Butcher tried to grab a chair to use it, but the Blade talked him out of it, knowing that they need a win to advance up the tag team division ranks. Swerve tripped up the Blade. Keith Lee tagged in, and he and Swerve used tandem offense on the Blade. Things broke down outside the ring as Swerve's leg was swept out by Blade, as Swerve was pursuing the Butcher. Strickland flatlined the Butcher. Keith Lee hoisted up the Butcher for combination offense. Keith Lee went to shoulder block the Blade, but inadvertently connected with Swerve. The Butcher and the Blade took advantage of the miscue with double maneuvers of their own. Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland managed to pull things together as Lee held Blade, and then Swerve jumped, landing on top of Blade, pinning him. Powerhouse Hobbs and Absolute Ricky Starks storm out with a microphone. Hobbs says he was tired of being disrespected. Starks, you two want to act like you're somebody. You two are not in our level. You are several levels below us. Here's the deal. You want to talk about who's the best tag team is? Cue the Young Bucks music. They come out, and Matt says, hey guys, great match. This tag division is on fire. Everyone's eating well. But let us not forget who set the damn table in the first place. All right. So the Young Bucks are saying table, eating. I didn't know they had dinner or lunch with the tribal chief. I mean, come on, you know. I didn't know that Paul Heyman facilitated that, you know, being the tribal council, you know. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just playing on words. Please note my sarcasm, okay? I'm a sarcastic bitch. I come from Long Island. I'm Irish, Italian, Puerto Rican, and German, and I'm gonna be this bitch whether you like it or not. And this is how I am. If you don't like it, you could go fuck off. Let's continue. Nick says, "You two teams are very good. A double or nothing. You two had a hell of a match. 4.5 stars. You could get the job done. Though Jurassic Express beat you, and guess who beat them? Matt, how about next week a three-way tag team title match?" So we're going to get that next Wednesday, which is yes. Up next, Eddie Kingston was interviewed by Tony Schiavone. Before we get to Jericho Warlow, congratulations, and congratulations to everybody on the team who won at Blood and Guts. Even you, Claudio. Chris, you made a liar out of me. I didn't taste your blood. You didn't bleed. The Wizard, Chris Jericho, was backstage with the Jericho Appreciation Society. Jericho, Kingston, you want to taste my blood? Let's show you how crazy I can get. Conti slammed the door of an SUV on Ruby Soho. Jericho and the Jericho Appreciation Society ran off. I am liking more. I don't think Jericho fucking can do anything to see wrong in my eyes. We had the Inner Circle, and now we have this. What? This guy is a fucking genius. Holy shit. Moving on. The Dark Order came out to the ring. The fans chanted, "Brody, Brody, Brody," from a fellow New Yorker to one up in the sky with another New Yorker, my lovely mom. He is gracing us with his presence every time. Seriously. Every fabric of AEW, he's gracing us with his presence. John Silver, the Dark Order is in Rochester, and Rochester is Dark Order country. Evil Uno, we have a very important news, and it's important that all of you hear it. I want to thank all of you for showing up and supporting us. The 6 of us are here to stay. Dark Order is forever. We begin a new chapter, and a new chapter begins with a proclamation. -1 took the microphone, but was interrupted by QT Marshall. Marshall, get it. I get it. Your dad is from Rochester. Your dad is a legend, but you take after your mother. I didn't bring my friends out here. -1, so let face each other man to man. Hangman. Adam Page's music hit, and Page walked out, sent QT into the ring. The Dark Order whooped QT Marshall's ass. -1, QT, I would pin you right now, but I'm going to wait till I'm 18. Wow, -1 is putting QT on notice, said Excalibur. Ross joined in on the broadcast team, so he's just getting shifted around. He's still getting 2 hours, but he's going to be on 2 different shows. Perfect. Penta Escudo and Rey Fenix versus Rush and Andrade El Idolo. I love saying his name. It's the Latina in me. This rivalry that dates back over 5 years, but this is their first one-on-one match in AEW. I think it's Penta Escudo versus Rush. I thought it was a tag team the way I typed it. I'm sorry, my fucking bad. Rush and Penta traded chops with one another. Penta blasts Rush with a thrust kick. Outside the ring, Penta used an arm drag to take down Rush. Back in the ring, Rush nailed Penta with an elbow strike. Rush tried to rip off Penta's mask, but Penta countered with a sling blade clothesline. Penta followed up with a tope con hero. Alex Abrahantes speared Jose to prevent Jose from hitting Penta with the tablet. Rush ducked a forearm from Penta and followed up with a German suplex and a power slam for a near fall. Penta fired back with a backstabber for a 2 count. Rush and Penta smacked each other with headbutts. Rush hit Penta with a leaping knee strike, and both men went down. This is breaking down between these two longtime enemies, said Excalibur. Rouge climbed to the top turnbuckle and connected with a missile drop kick. Rouge looks like he got a shot out of a cannon. That was a beautiful missile drop kick, said Taz. Rouge splashed Penta with a senton from the top. Penta came back with a cutter to Rouge. Penta drilled Rouge with a fear factor. Andrade grabbed Rouge's foot and put it on the ropes to stop the pin. As the ref was distracted by Andrade, La Falcon Incurables, I'm going to be butchering that, Rouge used to a cheap low blow Penta, then pinned low blow on Penta, and then pinned Penta. Backstage, Shadama Singh, Sanjay Dutt, and Jay Lethal. Lethal was ecstatic that the ROH World Champion ROH World TV Champion Samoa Joe agreed to face him at Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor, and it's the 23rd, so it's not this week. I think it's the following week. I got to look on the calendar. Hold on, maybe I can do it here. Yeah, I know. I was reading it about Vince. This better not be fucking company money, or he's going to be in some deep doo-doo. And if he thinks that he's going to come back, he's going to have to give Stephanie the throne permanently, and he's going to have to get the hell out of the company, or there's going to be issues. Yes, I'm looking at that, and I'm following that. Smart Mark's Sterling was backstage with Tony Nese. They approached Orange Cassidy and the best friends. Sterling said Orange Cassidy's signature was the last one they needed to remove Swerve Strickland from the roster. Cassidy said he wouldn't do anything without his lawyer present. Danhausen appeared and acted as a lawyer. Cassidy agreed to a match with Nese this Friday. The Acclaim and the Gun Club versus Fuego del Sol and Roughing It. Leon Ruff with Bear Country. Colton stopped a mud hole into Fuego in the corner. Bowens tagged himself in. Fuego rocked Bowens with a DDT. Bear Bronson ran through the Gun Club. Bear planted Austin for a near fall. Max hit the mic drop, but Austin tagged himself in, stole the pin on Bear. The Gun Club and the Acclaim began to argue. The Gun Club traded hands with the Acclaim. Billy Gunn blindsided Caster and Bowens. The Gun Club united here against the Acclaim. Did you ever think that there was going to be any doubt that Billy Gunn was ever going to turn his back on family, his sons? Mira was backstage, words for Malachi Black. You collect the weak, I dispose of them. Don't you understand? You have enraged a man who is flawless. The Redeemer is coming, enraged. Thunderstorm. Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir. Still can't believe she's got a storyline. She's got a storyline, but fucking Roderick is fucking dealing with Mo, Larry, Curly, and Shemp. And a girl that's fucking screwing them all up. They possibly want to add. Marina and Nyla went after the Thunderstorm before the bell rang. Tony took down Marina with a drop hold. Thunder Rosa tagged in and connected with body shots to Marina. Tony assisted Thunder Rosa with a drop kick on Marina Shafir for a near fall. Tony Storm suplexed Marina Shafir as Thunderstorm singled out Shafir. Thunder Rosa and Marina Shafir began to chain wrestle. Tony tagged back in and used a hip attack on Marina. Tony Storm ran into the ropes, but Nyla nailed her with an umbrella in the back while Ref Knox was dealing with Thunder Rosa. Well, I'm sorry. Pay attention out there. I swear, I had better fucking goddamn entertainment out there than on Raw. Thunder Rosa was able to get the tag, and she used a drop toe hold on Nyla, baiting her in. Thunder Rosa blasted Nyla in the jaw with a running drop kick. She tried again, but Nyla blocked it and then tagged Marina. Marina then sent Thunder Rosa for a ride with a pump handle slam. Tony Storm came in and rammed Marina with the running hip attack. Thunderstorm spiked Marina with a pile driver combo for the pin. Okie dokie. Tony Schiavone backstage with the TBS champion herself, Jade Cargill, and the baddies. Stokely Hathaway brought out interim baddie Layla Gray. Jade Stokely, if she doesn't deliver, then that's your ass. Schiavone has interviewed Daniel Garcia. He said he'd see Wheeler Yuta at Death Before Dishonor, and he challenged Yuta for the Pure title. Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions FTR versus will be challenging the Briscoes at Death Before Dishonor. All right. You want a possible fucking main event for any fucking pay-per-view? Tony Khan literally said, "You know what, boys and girls, you've been really good this week. Guess what? I'm gonna reward you, kiddies. We're gonna have a fucking match between Brody King and Jon Moxley." I didn't know it was good, girl. I did not know. See, this is what happens when you are good to the promoter. You get in return. Vince, get a clue. Jon Moxley versus Brody King for the AEW Interim World Championship. Regal is joining commentary team for the main event. Brody King backed Moxley into the corner and chopped him. A single strike sending Mox to his knees. Mox got right back up and fired off forearms to Brody King's face. Brody King pursued Moxley on the arena floor. Brody charged at him. Moxley charged at Moxley, but Moxley dodged him. King crashed into the steel steps. Brody King backdropped Moxley into the rail. Back in the ring, Moxley took the challenger off his feet with a dragon screw leg whip. Moxley continued to work over Brody King's leg. King finally got back on his feet and used the boss man slam on Moxley. Brody King picked up Moxley, but Moxley escaped. Brody King charged at Moxley with a cannonball senton into the corner, but Moxley moved out of the way. Moxley hoisted King onto the top of the rope and clawed his fingers into King's. Mox superplexed Brody King and then applied the bulldog choke, but Brody powered out. Moxley stomped on Brody King's head. Mox ate a lariat from Brody King, and then the challenger followed up with a pile driver for a near fall. How much does Mox have left in his tank? Wondered Ross. Brody started on the turnbuckles, pulled Moxley right off the mat with a choke. Brody followed up with a cannonball senton again in the corner, and this time it met its target. Moxley avoided a splash in the corner. Moxley blasted Brody with the paradigm shift. Moxley dropped hammer and anvil elbows on Brody King. Moxley put a choke slam on Brody, but Brody sat back and smashed all of his weight on Moxley. Moxley held on with Bulldog choke, and ref Turner had no choice but to stop the match as Brody King could not continue. So this gets you primed and ready for tonight for Rampage. I had to just check my candle. It finally went out. This thing didn't, it's like never say die situation. Now on to, now remember, last weekend was a pay-per-view. So you know that last week's SmackDown is on that preview and prediction, as well as Monday Night Raw. So we're going straight to Monday Night Raw, do NXT, and then I can get you out of here for the weekend. I know I feel like I'm Tony Khan, and you guys are good to me. I'm good to you back. You have this now. You can go to it. So I'm going to be retweeting it all day long. You can watch this at your own accord. Well, you're getting ready to go out. You're going to this. You're going to do that. Going to the pool. Whatever. You can even put them on your ears and just put the phone in your bag, and you can listen to me while you're hanging out the pool, hanging out the beach, even in your backyard. Getting ready for bed, going to work, whatever your little heart desires. See, I got you, you got me, and we're all good to go. This is what it means when you have a person that's looking out for you. All right, let's get to Monday Night Raw, the fallout of Money in the Bank, which wasn't that bad of a fucking pay-per-view, but it was an admissible show. Yes. Was it a newsworthy show? Yes. You could have instantaneously watched it whenever you want. That it wasn't that big, but I want to say congratulations to Miss Money in the Bank, now new SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. I want to say congratulations to Bobby Lashley on becoming the new United States Champion, and I want to say congratulations to the youngest Money in the Bank holder, which is Austin Theory. Yes, I do whistle while I work. Okay. Monday Night Raw, July 4th. By the way, I hope everybody had a great 4th. I had a relaxing, quiet one. Tonight's Raw happens to take place on Independence Day, and it starts the build towards SummerSlam next month. No, this month. Freudian type. Not only that, it will be also feature all of the fallout from Money in the Bank. Theory lost his United States Championship to Bobby Lashley, but then won a briefcase later in the night. Liv also won the briefcase, but she moved over to SmackDown after cashing in on Ronda Rousey. Expect Theory to start teasing a cash-in at SummerSlam. Does he really think that he's going to be able to pin Brock Lesnar? He can't even fucking goddamn deal with him, let alone that. For the rest, the Usos retain in a barn burner of the match with Street Profits, but the result was questionable. And so it seems like they're going to run it back. And Bianca Belair also retained her title over Carmella. We don't know what tonight's Raw has in store. WWE hasn't announced anything, but it should be a decent show considering all that happened and upcoming in the near future. Monday Night Raw opens up with a video package celebrating 4th of July. Kevin Patrick has joined the announce team because Jimmy Smith is on vacation. It's announced that Mysterio will face the Judgment Day tonight. Becky Lynch and Asuka will do battle in a no holds bar match. The Street Profits team with Bobby Lashley to face Alpha Academy and Theory, while Liv Morgan is on hand to celebrate her huge title win after cashing in Money in the Bank. The new United States champion Bobby Lashley makes his way to the ring. Lashley welcomes us to the show and receives a huge Bobby chant. He says Independence Day holds a special place in his heart, and he could be more proud to be standing here as the new United States champion. But it's not the title that makes the man, it's the man that makes the title. And there is not another man in the division or any other promotion that could beat him for that title. We have word that Tony Khan is willing to sit down and do a show with WWE. Then he does this. Oh, please don't play with our emotions. I know it'll never happen, but please don't play with our emotions. We can't handle this bullshit here. Mr. Money in the Bank Theory comes out. He asks why Lashley gets to start Raw, considering everyone has been waiting to hear from him. He says Lashley got a victory, but the world is talking about the youngest Mr. Money in the Bank in WWE history, and he has the odds stacked against him. It was hard work. You suck chants from the crowd. Theory says he was up against the best of the best, just like Michael Jordan. He came through in a clutch. Yeah, when you took a fucking nap, I mean, you are a baby after all. Babies need naps. I mean, seriously. You had the best of the best in there. They were fucking goddamn compensating from the match you had with Bobby Lashley, and you needed a rest. How do I know this? It's because you look back and take over New Orleans. Adam Cole took a fucking nice nap on the fucking ground after AOP put him through the table. They won, they retained the title, and then they gained a fucking partner, which is Roderick Strong. And so tap me. I know these things. I've been watching wrestling since I'm 3 fucking months old. Seriously. So I was born in May, June, July, August. It'll be 40 years in August. Okay? So let's keep going, peaches. Lashley says Theory only got into the Money in the Bank match because he shattered his ego into a million pieces. But if he wants another trip to the Hurt Lock, he can do it. Theory backs up and says Lashley could try and fail at it that later. He says he's going to straight to the top thanks to this briefcase. And he was informed today that he's getting a rematch against Lashley at SummerSlam. Oh, for the love of God. Okay. Then go to the board and say, I got word from Triple H that you're going to put that briefcase on the line. If I gotta lose something, you're gonna lose something. Do you want to go through this match, bucko? But that's just creative storytelling, you know. Theory says he plans on winning both United States Championship and the Undisputed Universal Championship to become the unified, undisputed WWE Universal and United States Champion. Yeah, keep dreaming of that. I think that's your wet dream. Lashley says that's if he can make it to SummerSlam, and the fans in San Diego deserve some fireworks. Theory throws the briefcase and Lashley catches it. Then Theory hits him. Theory beats Lashley with the briefcase repeatedly until Bobby shoves him back, then hits a huge spinebuster, Triple H style. Theory retreats furious. The Mysterios are backstage and they're asked about facing Judgment Day tonight. Dominic says Judgment Day constantly talk about sitting under the learning tree, but there's no person he'd rather learn from than from his father. Ray says him and Dominic are former tag team champions, so they must be doing something right. He's back competing in his hometown for the first time in 10 years, and tonight is Dominic's first time match in San Diego. So they're going to show Balor and Priest what it's like to be in the 619. Ray and Dominic Mysterio make their way down to the ring and receive a hero's welcome from their hometown. They're waiting for their opponents, the Judgment Day, music hits. Balor Priest attack Dominic from behind and knock them out of the ring. And we go to commercial. Balor with pants. Yum. Mm-hmm. Yup. I'll take it for all the money in the world. Definitely. Come back from a commercial break. The match is already underway, and Dominic tags in to hit Balor with a springboard arm drag. Priest tags in and backs Dominic up to the ropes, but gets sent flying over the ropes. Ray tags in and jumps over the ropes onto Priest. Ray gets in Priest inside and gets on the apron, but Balor distracts him. Then Priest punches him as he attempts to springboard into the ring. Balor tags in, but immediately eats an insecurity from Ray. Then Dominic tags in and hits a flying crossbody. Dominic knocks Priest off the apron, then drops Balor in the middle of the rope. Dominic looks for a 619, but Priest grabs his legs from the outside, drags him out of the ring, and throws him into the barricade. We go to a commercial. We return in time to see Dominic take Balor down. Ray and Priest, this is one thing I can't say about salsa water, gets the tags, and Mysterio hits a senton and a tornado DDT for a 2 count. Ray goes to the top rope and hits a flying senton, but Balor breaks the pin. Dominic super kicks Finn, then Priest boots him down. Priest goes to the top rope, but Dominic throws Ray up and hits Priest with a Hurricane Rana. Priest kicks out, but Ray then hits him with a head scissors onto the middle rope. Ray attempts a 619, but Priest cuts him off. Damien then looks for Dominic off. Damien then knocks Dominic off the apron, then lifts Ray up and tags Balor. Priest with a fireman's carry, and Balor looks for a coup de grace, but nobody's home. Ray and Dominic knock Finn and Priest onto the middle rope and hit stereo 619s. Ray goes on top and hits a splash, but Finn gets the knees up and pins him for a near fall. Priest puts a chair into the ring and distracts the referee. Dominic gets in and tries to take the chair from Balor. Shoves him out of the ring. Finn then turns with the chair, but Ray throws himself down like Eddie, and the referee turns around and sees it and calls for the bell. How stupid do you think we all are? Normally, when that spot happens, usually you hit the fucking mats. Ray should have grabbed the fucking chair, hit the thing, handed it to Balor, and then fall. That's the spot. I would have what the fuck is going on? Finn did not, I clearly didn't hear nothing get hit. So, you grab the chair. Then, oh my God. Just so they could get a DQ win. So everybody remains strong. No, it's fucking ridiculous. Eddie Guerrero is probably laughing his ass off, saying, Ray, you fucked up. Oh, for the love of Jesus. This is why I should have liquor in the morning. The stupidity runs deep in WWE. We see a video of Logan Paul signing his contract with WWE for multiple events, as well as a statement that he's coming to kick the Miz's ass at SummerSlam. Megan Moran interviews the Miz backstage. She asks for his reaction, and Miz says he's proud of Logan. He loves his controversy, and Logan gets headlines every time he opens his mouth. He made an incredible career from it, but he surrounds himself with yes men. I think you're talking about Vince McMahon. he was in the same position coming to WWE from the world of reality. So he implores Logan to retract his statement. They could be undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. If not, he will be relentless on making Logan's life a living hell. As for tonight, he's going to beat AJ Styles and prove that he's a gigantic American superstar and prove that he has gigantic American supersized balls. AJ, I don't care if you signed or whatever. You better get the fuck down to Jacksonville. Get back with Adam. Get back with Adam Page. Get back with the Bucks. You'll be home. Then we can have these fucking awesome matches, and you won't look like an asshole. Earlier today, we were outside having a 4th of July cookout. Cookout. Why can't we see barbecue? Why can't we see picnic? Why can't we see this? Because it's the Street Profits and it's a cookout. How stereotypical is that? Ford says, just like his shoulder was on Saturday night, the United States of America is up and it wants Alpha Academy appear with Gable shooshing Ford. Gable says, spare him the excuses. They lost and now they're out here partying. Like every other American, they think this is a holiday. It's about fireworks and eating food. Yeah, because that's how we are free, you know. You're supposed to be smart. You're a double L. Gable wants to read an abridged version of the Declaration of Independence. See, independence. It's a novel thing, you know. But Ford slaps him across the face. Otis gets between them and says they need to respect the American Olympian. Dawkins says that Ford is a former U.S. Marine and he's a hot dog eating champion. Otis says he could out eat Dawkins any day. Ford says we have ourselves a challenge. Speaking of champions, I want to congratulate Joey Chestnut on retaining his title and severely kicking ass on crutches and kicking that fucking protester out. I was so glad to be an American. Yes, I was. The Mysterios are walking backstage when the Judgment Day attacked them from behind. Priest lawn darts Ray into production boxes, then talks to him in Spanish, which is so fucking sexy. WW officials make them leave. My God, Spanish coming out of that man's mouth. Bum 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 bum. AJ Styles versus the Miz. Styles immediately takes Miz down and kicks him into the chest. Miz whips AJ into the corner, then catches him in a kitchen sink knee. Miz then hits a roll up for a 2 count. Styles files back and sends Miz over the top rope to the floor. Styles then jumps over the top rope to drop Miz with a forearm at ringside. AJ is fired up as we go into break. We're back live and Styles batters Miz in the corner with forearms and kicks. AJ hits a splash in the corner and slams Miz for a 2 count. Miz backs up to the corner and begs for mercy, then slings AJ's face into the turnbuckles. Miz hits a snap DDT for a near fall, then starts targeting the knee for a figure 4. AJ kicks Miz and goes to the apron. Styles hits a phenomenal forearm for the win. Now, Miz and AJ should just move on. As AJ is celebrating his win after the fact, Tommaso Ciampa comes from behind and wins after the fact. Tommaso Ciampa attacks him from behind. Ciampa throws AJ into the ring post under the bottom rope, then looks for a running knee, but Styles avoids it. AJ connects with a Pele kick, then wants Styles clash, but Miz grabs him from behind, hits a skull-crushing finale. Miz and Ciampa smile each other and leave together. So you need to tell me the most hated guy when he was NXT champion, when he won it from Aleister Black, now Malachi Black, is now teaming up with The Miz. I hope he's getting paid handsomely to deal with this asshole. He needs to be not in this company. Take a page out of your brother's handbook, Johnny Gargano. Get the fuck out of here. Unless this is money that he needs for his daughter, then I can't say anything of it. I know Johnny could probably do other things. Maybe Tommaso can't. But Jesus Christ. It's like fucking The Miz has to. Or is this from. Don't. He beat this guy November 1st, 2019. The best fucking SmackDown ever. Oh, for the love of Jesus. I don't get it half the time. I don't get it. We cut back for a break. We see a replay of the women's Money in the Bank match, which was won by Liv Morgan. We see Natalya getting beaten by Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam, followed by Money in the Bank, followed by Liv Morgan coming out and cashing on Ronda Rousey to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Liv Morgan comes to the ring to a big cheer. The fans chant, "You deserve it," and Liv tears up. She thanks the fans and shouted, "We deserve it." She says she is so proud to be SmackDown Women's Champion. All of her dreams came true in one unbelievable night. She outclimbed 6 of the greatest female superstars in the hardest battle of her life, but fans got her through it. Liv says they believed in her when she gave them nothing to believe in. They gave her confidence she needed to win Money in the Bank, then cash in on Ronda the same night. She hopes everyone understands that this title is for everyone, not just her. Natalya comes out and says, "Liv, you should be thanking me because she practically destroyed Ronda for her. And rather than congratulate her, she'd rather take the title from her." Natalya, now you're really fucking getting me nauseously angry at you. How many fucking years have you been in this company? All right? It's about time you start heading into the sunset. I mean, don't you want fucking kids? I mean, Jesus Christ. Go away for 5 years. Then we'll appreciate you, okay? TJ guaranteed wants kids. But you can't because you got to be in the ring. Because you're the new Bret the Hitman Hart. I love the whole Hart family. But Natalya needs to start thinking, okay, I don't have to be in Money in the Bank. She didn't have to be in Money in the Bank, okay? She doesn't have to be at SummerSlam. She doesn't have to be on fucking every goddamn show. It's fucking getting nauseating. Let her be an advocate. For the love of Jesus. Liv says, seeing as they share a locker room now, she knows exactly where to find her. Carmella comes out and asks her why either of them are on Raw when this is Raw. She says she's shocked the two of them can share a ring because if Liv had come between her and Bianca, she smacked her down just like she did Bianca Belair. Carmella tells them to take their business to SmackDown. Liv says Carmella wants her out of the ring. She can try to and make her. Carmella smiles and Natalya, if she's thinking the same as her, they surrounded Liv and she starts fighting them. But the numbers game got the better of her. Belair comes out running down to even the odds and takes the fight to Carmella. Liv throws Natalya out of the ring and Bianca does the same to Carmella. Adam Pearce comes out and said it seems everyone wants to fight, so how about they have a tag match? Where's the tag titles, darlings? Did Johnny Ace take them home to give to the Bellas. Yes, Johnny Ace took those titles, gave them to the Bellas because they're irrelevant. Yes, I'm extra spicy today. Deal with it, people. Carmella and Natalya versus Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan. The match is already underway with Bianca Belair running over Carmella. Belair hits a dropkick and tags Morgan, then whips her into Mella in the corner. Natalya tags in and takes Liv down. Morgan fights up, but Natalya hits her with a rope-assisted atomic drop, runs over her, and lands a basement dropkick. Morgan hits a roll-up for a 2 count, then whips her to the ropes. But Natalya reverses and sends Liv throat first into the ropes. Natalya locks in a sharpshooter, but Liv crawls to Belair, who gives her her hair to drag her to the corner. Belair takes the fight to Natalya and wants a powerbomb to get countered but gets countered with a Hurricane Rana. Belair looks for a standing suplex, but Carmella runs in and kicks her in the gut. Belair knocks Carmella off the apron, then hits a standing suplex. Natalya crawls through the ropes and tags Carmella. Belair tries to crawl through the ropes and grabs Natty, but gets hit with a super kick from Mella, who poses on the apron. I'm telling you, this is obnoxious with Corey Graves. I know he's a fucking goddamn heel commentator, but for the love of all that's holier and good, you don't have to fucking kiss her fucking ass and suck her twat at the same time. Be a little bit more in the middle, please. Back from a commercial break, Natalya prevents Belair from making a tag, then backs her into the corner and stomps her down. Belair throws Carmella and sends Natalya out of the ring. Morgan tags in, ducks Natalya, and knocks Carmella off the apron. Liv with a clothesline to Natalya and springboard recoil for a 2 count. Carmella comes in and trash talks Liv, hits her with a recoil as well. Natalya then hits Liv with a discus lariat and covers, but Belair comes in and breaks the pinfall. Carmella sends Belair out of the ring and dives through the ropes at her, but gets caught. Belair gets on her shoulder and runs, but Mella slides off and shoves her into the ring post. Mella gets on the apron, but Morgan boots her off and counters. Natalya hits a then Natalya and hits a Oblivion for the win. So Belair and Morgan win. We see a bunch of superstars at the 4th of July cookout earlier today. Mustafa Ali steals food from Senga. Then the 24/7 championship crew goes running past, and one of them bumps into Amos, and he throws them. Ezekiel is talking to the Street Profits and says him, Elias and Elrod once had an hot dog eating contest, and it didn't end well because he barfed everywhere. Ezekiel accidentally squirts ketchup all over Seth Rollins, his drip. Rollins starts laughing, but then stops, tastes the ketchup, and walks off. Ford and Dawkins say, "Hey, Seth, Zeke, and Rollins." Okay, whoever wrote that is ridiculous. So we have Seth Rollins versus Ezekiel. Really? Seth Rollins goes from the top of the card a year and a half ago to 2 years to this. Is he doing it to put over younger talent? I would be grateful for that. But Jesus, he's starting to become on the jobber level now. The bell rings and Rollins attacks, beating Zeke down in the corner. Ezekiel fights back and whips Seth chest first into the buckles, then hits a German suplex. Rollins rolls out and Ezekiel chases him back in, but Rollins catches him with a stun gun for a 2 count. Ezekiel beats Rollins in the corner and hits a flapjack. Ezekiel chops Rollins a few times. Seth knocks him back against the ropes and runs at him, but Zeke throws Seth over the top rope. Ezekiel goes out and Rollins kicks him in the gut. Seth runs at him, but Zeke lifts up Rollins above his head and military presses him over the barricade onto the timekeeper area. We're back. Ezekiel is still in control as we return. He sends Rollins into the corner and hits two splashes to the back. Ezekiel wants the electric chair drop, but Seth slides off. Ezekiel catches Rollins with a spinebuster, Triple H style, for a 2 count. Rollins catches Ezekiel with a drop toe hold and hits the turnbuckles. Rollins goes to the middle rope and jumps off, but Zeke catches him with a nasty knee for a near fall. Ezekiel picks him up and lands a sweeping neck breaker for another near fall. Zeke goes to the top rope, but Rollins jumps off and hits him. Rollins wants a suplex, but Zeke slides between his legs. Gets him up and hits a spinning powerbomb, but Seth kicks out. Both men trade forearms, then rolls up. Rollins kicks out of the backslide and lands the stop for the win. After the match, Seth is leaving, but slides back in the ring and wants to hit a second stomp, but Riddle comes out from behind and hits an RKO. So we're finally going to have the proper Riddle and Seth. Glad that they all kind of, let bygones be bygones, because that match is going to kill. We see Dawkins and Otis in a hot dog eating contest with Gable, Ford, and others cheering them on. The referee blows the whistle. Dawkins ate 22, while Otis stomach 23. However, the winner is Akira Tozawa, who ate 48 hot dogs. Gable doesn't believe it. Otis says he doesn't feel good, but Theory shows up with the Money in the Bank and reminds them they have a 6-man match tonight, and that match is up next. Bobby Lashley comes out after the break to the ring. The Street Profits are out next, and we see highlights of the Barn Burner match with the Usos at Money in the Bank. Theory is out next, and we see highlight matches with Lashley at the same event, followed by him winning the Money in the Bank later that night. So the bell rings. We are finally underway with Dawkins and Theory starting off. A shoulder tackle by Theory to Dawkins. Then he throws him into the turnbuckles. Dawkins connects with a spinning splash in the corner. Theory pushes Angelo into the corner, and Otis is tagged in. A clothesline by Otis, then Gable is tagged in and takes him down with the leg. Gable grabs an ankle lock, but Dawkins escapes and tags Ford. Montez comes off the top with a crossbody, then a clothesline, followed by a standing moonsault. He goes for a cover, but Gable kicks out. Then Otis gets in the ring, is thrown to the outside. Theory returns, but Lashley drops him face first. Lashley and Ford hit a double standing suplexes to Theory and Gable. Dawkins connects with a senton over the top rope onto Alpha Academy and Theory. We're back live. Otis splashes Montez in the corner. Theory tags in and slams Ford before grabbing a sleeper. Ford fights up and hits an enziguri. He jumps for the tag to Dawkins, but Gable yanks him off the apron. Dawkins chases Gable around the ring, but Otis drops him with a body block. Ford counters a back suplex and makes the tag to Lashley. Theory tags Gable and bails from the ring. Lashley lands some clotheslines and belly to belly suplexes to Gable. Lashley knocks Otis off the apron and swings for Theory, but avoids it. Then mocks Lashley. Dawkins comes running and football tackles Theory over the announce desk. Lashley hits a running power slam to Gable, but Otis returns and breaks it up. Otis drops Dawkins with a spinning back elbow, but Lashley then takes him down with a running spear. Montez Ford comes off the top with from the heavens to Otis, and they both roll out. Gable is alone with Lashley and backs him into the corner, but Lashley avoids a splash and connects with a spear for the win. So Lashley and the Street Profits win. After the match, Otis is feeling a little green and pukes all over Gable. We see a lovely slow motion replay of it. Becky Lynch is backstage and she says nobody gives a damn about Otis and hot dogs. She says she is upset as hell because her body is broken and she doesn't have the money in the bank briefcase. Ever since Asuka has come back, her life has been hell. She got her way over and over, but tonight there's no rules, no restrictions. She can do anything she can as she goes through Asuka on her way back to the Raw Women's Championship. Back from commercial break, R-Truth is in the ring dressed as Uncle Sam. He gets a USA chant going and says he is the one and only Uncle Sam. Today is his favorite holiday. Today's the day we honor the brave American heroes that saved the earth from aliens in 1996. Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum, and his favorite Vivica A. Fox. Truth recites a line from the movie when he's interrupted. Ludwig Kaiser on the ramp, and he introduces himself. Then the Intercontinental Champion Gunther. The fans chanted a direct USA chant to Gunther, who slaps the hat off of Truth's head. So we have a quick match. The bell rings. Gunther hits a big boot. Gunther stomps the back of Truth a few times, then picks him up for a stiff lariat. Gunther with a power slam and the win. It was like, it's over. Alexa Bliss is asked about Liv Morgan backstage. She says she doesn't have friends, but she's happy for Liv. However, it did make her realize how long it's been she's held any gold. It's time for some Twisted Bliss, and it would be great to see Lily with a little replica. Asuka walks up and says she will be the next Raw Women's Champion after beating Becky Lynch tonight. Come back from commercial break. We see a long video package for the upcoming Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns last man standing match at SummerSlam. I don't know how much of you people that are going to actually watch this because it's going to be the same shit. Unless there's going to be a fucking surprise at the end, then okay. I ain't starting to watch this match. I'm going to actually do other things. So more power to everybody. Becky Lynch makes her way to the ring for the main event. She pulls a table out from under the ring and sets it up at ringside. She will be facing Asuka, no holds barred, after the break. We come back and the main event's underway, and Asuka has a trash can and wallops Becky with it. Asuka with a sliding knee for a 2 count, then hits Becky in the back with a chair. Asuka goes out and brings another chair in, but Becky kicks her in the gut. Lynch wedges a chair between the turnbuckles, but eats a pinning back fist from Asuka. Asuka sets a chair up and looks to drop toe hold Becky onto it, but she blocks it. Becky slams Asuka's head into the chair. Asuka whips Becky whips Becky at the chair, but she jumps over it. Then Asuka jumps off the chair and drop kicks Becky into the chair wedged in the corner. Becky goes to the apron and Asuka wants to power bomb her into the stack of chairs on the floor. Becky counters and hits a leg drop to Asuka on the apron, then hits a Bexploder onto the pile of chairs. Asuka gets back up and fights Becky off. They brawl around ringside until Asuka takes a run up and hits Becky, who is holding a chair with a hip attack, and they both go through the barricade. Both women are down as we head to the final break of the night. We're back live. Lynch gets Asuka back in the ring and beats her down. Becky goes to the top rope, but Asuka hits her with a chair, then creates a pile of chairs on the mat. Asuka hits Lynch with a suplex onto the chair, and both women are down. Asuka covers for a near fall. Asuka puts a trash can over Becky's head and kicks it. Asuka goes to the top rope and wipes Becky out with a drop kick to the trash can. The fans want a table, and Asuka acquires it. She gets the table, but Becky shoves her onto the steel steps. Lynch puts the table into the ring and sets it up. Asuka grabs her from behind with the Asuka lock, but Becky runs her back into the buckles. Lynch bails, but Asuka goes out and rolls her back inside. Asuka goes under the ring and pulls out a parasol. It's a Oriental umbrella. Some of them are really nice, and some of them are collector's items, and they're very expensive. She tries to hit Becky with it, but Lynch blocks it, then opens the parasol, and Asuka tries to spray poison mist at her. Asuka hits a head kick anyway for a near fall. Becky gets Asuka into the middle ropes and a manhandle slam through the table for the win. That's the end of Raw. Oh my God. We are going to be going into the Great American Bash. But please do me a favor. Go follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter with Mel's Mat Chat. Please go check out my Facebook page. Go follow me. Try to get me on there. If you can't, go get me on TikTok. But most of the time, I'm on Instagram and Twitter. And don't forget about Snapchat. So, and while you're at it on here after this, go check out my other videos. The fallout of Money in the Bank. I got Double or Nothing up there. I got Hell in a Cell. I got The Forbidden Door. Go check all of them out. On to NXT's Great American Bash. Tonight's NXT is the 2022 The Great American Bash edition. As such, there's a lot on the line. The NXT champion Braun Breaker defends his title against Cameron Grimes in what has quickly become a heated rivalry. Meanwhile, North American champion Carmelo Hayes will defend his title against Grayson Waller after being tricked into signing a contract last week's show. Waller sidekick Trick Williams will also be in action when he takes on Wes Lee. Toxic Attraction will put their tag team titles on the line against best friends Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. Diamond Mine is on the cusp of collapse as Roderick Strong and Damon Kemp battle the Creed brothers. And finally, Wendy Wu tackles Tiffany Stratton in a bout that has framed around Stratton being a bully. And that's the preview. So let's get right to the top of the show. The 2022 Great American Bash edition of NXT opens with some of the NXT roster at a 4th of July barbecue. Barbecue. Here barbecue, there cookout. Oh, for the love of God, for the love of God. Triple H, wipe everything clean and get back to work, please. Hosted by Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. They're playing frisbee, chugging beers, relaxing, swimming, etc., and discussing who they think will win each match tonight. Duke Hudson enters the pool and Sanga jumps in with a cannonball on top of him. Jensen puts too much lighter fluid on the charcoal, so when Fallon lights the barbecue, it practically explodes. Start off with the women's tag team titles. JC Jade and Gigi Dolan versus Jade Cora and Roxanne Perez. Jade and Jane and Jade kick things off and the fans are split in their support. Jade takes Cora down, but Jade fights up and hits a series of kicks. Snapmare and dropkick for a 2 count. Dolan tags in and tags Cora with kicks and forearms. Then Perez tags in and knocks her down. Jade tags in, but the referee missed it, and Dolan whips Perez to her corner where Jade punches her. Dolan rips Roxanne's hair, and we go to break. We're back live, and Dolan is still in control of Perez and choking her on the bottom rope. Jade tags in and chops her in the corner, then grabs a submission. Perez fights up and kicks Jade off, but both women hit stereo pump kicks and go down. Jade and Dolan gets tags, and Cora lands some clotheslines and enziguri. Jade connects with a running knee in the corner for a 2 count. Jade tags back in, but Cora takes her down with a snapmare, then whips her hard into the turnbuckles. Perez hits the tag, and she hits a Russian leg sweep after a missile drop kick from Jade. Jade and Perez hit double super kicks, but Mandy Rose pulls the referee from the ring. So what do you think is going to happen? We have Mandy Rose getting tossed out of ringside. The referee ejects Rose from ringside, and the fans are both delighted and disgusted. Meanwhile, in the ring, Cora rolls up Jade for 10 seconds, but the referee slides in and she kicks out at 2. Perez tags in, but Toxic Attraction hit her with a high-low. Jade gets thrown to the floor by Jade, then comes back in and tackles JC out. Perez hits Dolan with pop rocks for the win. We have new tag team champions. Who gives a shit? What they should do is take the tag teams that were on the fucking main roster and have them rotating. But I don't know anything, right? We see the NXT champion Braun Breaker arriving at the arena. Earlier today, he asked how his shoulder is feeling, and he says it's fine. The D'Angelo family is backstage. Tony says sometimes he has to make tough decisions that break his heart. And that's why he had to deal with Santos Escobar. Tony shows pictures of Escobar in a hospital bed. He says that's what he gets for laughing at him last week. He says if Wilde and Del Toro don't step up, the same will happen to them. Get him on fucking SmackDown. Wesley versus Trick Williams. The match gets underway, and Trick throws Lee across the ring. Lee then drops Trick, who then retreats to Hayes, then drinks some water like a boxer. Lee and Trick then exchange flurries of kicks that don't land. Then Lee drop kicks him, and Williams again goes for some water. Lee connects with a running European uppercut in the corner. Trick catches Lee with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Lee fires back with some stiff kicks and a flip kick. Trick rolls outside with Hayes distracting Lee, and the referee lathers his hand with some rubbing alcohol. Back in the ring, Trick uses alcohol to partially blind Lee. Trick connects with a spinning pump kick and scores the pinfall. And if people thought that was real alcohol, you're all fucking bunch of fucking morons. Tiffany Stratton is getting her makeup done backstage. Wendy Chu appears as Stratton's eyes are closed, then throws powder in her face. Stratton stumbles away and Chu shoves her into the wall. Chu proceeds to bully Stratton some more during the commercial area and even sits in the throne she used to use as Tian Shaw. Wendy Chu versus Tiffany Stratton. We return as the match gets underway in the ring. Tiffany drops Wendy with a big boot. Chu then catches her with a Thez press. Stratton rolls outside and Chu grabs her hair, but Stratton slams her hand into the ring post. Stratton targets the hand and Chu backs Chu in the corner. Stratton stays in control and slams Chu down for a 2 count. Stratton rips one of Chu's fake nails off. Wendy starts fighting back and hits a belly-to-belly. Chu stomps on Stratton's hand, then backs her into the corner, hits a handspring elbow. Wendy goes to the middle rope and hits a sleeping elbow drop. Stratton catches Chu with a pop-up powerbomb for a near fall. Stratton with a kick to the gut and lifts Chu up and gets hit with a Hurricane Rana. Chu ducks a clothesline and lands an STO for a near fall. Chu grabs Stratton with a sleeper, but Tiffany grabs the injured hand and gets free. Stratton hits her with a brainbuster for another near fall. Stratton counters a German suplex and drop kicks Chu with Chu into the buckle. Stratton lands a spinning Vader bomb for the win. Stratton picks up the win. Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez are interviewed backstage. Jade says she has finally become a champion in NXT, like she's been there for 10 years. And she did it with her best friend. Perez says everything has been happening so fast for her. Jade says it felt so good to knock Toxic Attraction off their pedestals. Perez says she's ready for next week. She's cashing in her contract for the title shot against Mandy Rose. I would be fucking awesome to see her. She's the first woman in NXT to hold 2 titles. Braun Breaker is warming up backstage and his shoulder seems to be bothering him. Cameron Grimes walks in and asks how he's feeling and says he will do anything to become champion. Breaker says he would have it any other way. Come back, we have Apollo Crews coming to the ring. He says for the past year, he asked his kids how they felt watching him on TV, and they didn't like it. They didn't recognize him, and they stopped watching. But since his return to NXT, they've been watching every week. They helped put the spark back into his career. He names his kids and says he loves them. And somehow his Nigerian accent just poof, did a Kofi. Cruz says he's looking around NXT roster and he can't help wonder what it would be like to get in the ring with some of these guys. People like Nathan Frazier, Carmella Hayes, Grayson Waller. He knows he could make magic with them. Cameron Grimes. As for Braun Breaker, before he could continue, he's interrupted by Giovanni Vinci. Mi paisano. Vinci says he's noticed Apollo left him off the list. And he knows why, because when Apollo envisions them wrestling, it doesn't end well for him. Vinci says he's the only person in NXT capable of matching Cruz for strength, speed, athleticism, and he looks great doing it. Cruz asks him to get in the ring and prove it. Vinci says he's dressed for a night out, not night with the hillbilly fans. But next week, Cruz will find out who is the best athlete in NXT is, and he will have 7 days to come up with a good excuse for his children. Ivy Nile is interviewed backstage. She asks if tonight is the end of Diamond Mine, and she says no. She says they're all asses athletes with healthy egos. Diamond Mine is forever, and that's just not a catchphrase. Caden Carter and Katina Chance are arguing with Tatum Paxley nearby. So Niall marches over and breaks it up. She tells Paxley to be in the dojo in the morning. Grayson Waller is lacing up his boots backstage and mocks Carmelo Hayes for signing the contract by mistake last week. He said he's going to use one of his signings as a coaster for after he wins the North American Championship. Hayes and Trick are also backstage, and Mel'S says Waller is good, but he's not special like he is. Trick got his tonight. Now it's time for his. The North American Championship, Carmelo Hayes versus Grayson Waller. The match starts with both men attempted pin and hold the tights, but they both kick out. They exchange counters, but until Hayes connects with a clothesline. Carmelo knocks Grayson out of the ring and attempts the rolling stunner, but Hayes shoves him off. Grayson smiles and says he was close to catching him. Waller drops Hayes and goes to the middle rope, but Hayes hits an enziguri. Hayes hangs Grayson on the middle rope and he lands a springboard leg drop for a 2 count. Waller counters Hayes, gets him in a shoulder, and throws him up for an electric chair drop. What the hell is this? This move is all of a sudden like being used like a wrist lock. Waller knocks Hayes out of the ring and fakes a suicide dive, and then slides under the ropes and uppercuts him. Waller gets a fan sign from the ringside and rips it up. Back live, and Waller and Hayes down in the middle of the ring with a submission. Carmelo starts fighting back, firing back. Back with chops, but gets caught with a snapmare. Then a ripcord armbar. Waller gets Hayes up on his shoulders, but it's time. Hayes rips his ear to get free. Carmelo lands a tilt-a-whirl slam for a near fall, then goes right into a sloppy crossface. Waller transitions into a triangle choke and punches Hayes. Carmelo gets free and Waller hits a super kick, but Hayes fires back with a leg lariat. Then both men go down. Both men pull themselves up using the ropes. Then come together to trade blows. Hayes knocks Waller back and takes a run up, but Grayson lands a drop kick to the knee, then slams him for a near fall. Hayes with a pump kick and locks for a rope assisted DDT, but gets thrown off. Waller hits Hayes with a rolling stunner, but the champion rolls out of the ring to avoid being pinned. Waller puts Hayes in the ring, wants the rolling stunner, but Trick gets in the way. Wesley comes running down and attacks Trick. Waller dives into the ring for the stunner, but Hayes hits a code breaker. Hayes goes up top for a flying Fameaster and hits the pin and retains his title. I want to put this out now. Who's going to be getting called up from this this NXT? Tweet me. Seriously, go on my Twitter and tweet me. Zion Quinn is interviewed backstage. He says he doesn't understand why Apollo was named dropping everyone but him. When you type WWE superstar into Google, a picture of him comes up. He's the guy, a future multi-time WWE champion. Diamond Mine is backstage in a huddle. The Creed brothers fist pump Damon Kemp, but Strong walks off and leaves them hanging. Chase University is in session. Andre Chase gives a lesson about American independence. Bodie Hayward is falling asleep, and he says it's because Thea Hale has been keeping him awake. Thea says they're like brother and sister, and they've been watching Money in the Bank on repeat. One of the other students says that July 2nd should be Independence Day because that's when the Declaration of Independence was actually signed. Andre, Andre screams at him and makes him leave. Thea suggests a field trip to England, and Andre loves the idea. The NXT Tag Team Champions, Creed Brothers versus Roderick Strong and Damon Kemp. Kemp looks to start, but Strong tags himself in and locks up with Brutus. They exchange holds, and Strong tries to outmaneuver Brutus' strength. Brutus shoots him off and hits a body block. Judas and Damon tag in, and Kemp leaps over him and looks for a hip toss, but Julius hits a suplex. Julius steps to Roderick, allowing Kemp to grab him from behind and hit a German suplex. Strong tags in and elbows Julius a few times, then beats him into the corner and tags Kemp. The Creed brothers look to isolate Kemp and make lots of tags. Julius hits back body drop, then drop kicks Kemp out of the ring. Strong grabs Kemp and rolls him back inside, but Julius immediately throws him back out. Brutus tags and hits a cannonball to Kemp on the outside. We're back live. Julius heats some shots from Strong, but shoves him in the corner. Kemp tags in and shoulders Brutus on the apron, but Julius throws him and makes the tag. Brutus tackles Kemp and lands a gorilla hammer blows. Kemp rolls to the apron, but Brutus grabs him from behind and clubs him a few times. Strong tags in and attacks Brutus from behind. Strong connects with a flying knee to Brutus. Kemp tags in and grabs a sleeper on Brutus. Brutus fights up and avoids a tackle from Kemp. Tags are made to Strong and Julius, and the Creed land a series of forearms and body slams. Julius with a couple of overhead suplexes, then punches Strong down before landing a rolling slam to Strong. Kemp tags in, and Julius does the same to him, then connects with a basement clothesline for the win. The Creed brothers retain. After the match, Creed brothers help Kemp to his feet, then pose with their titles. Roderick Strong is staring on angry. Von Wagner, Robert Stone, and Sophia Cromwell are interviewed backstage. Stone blames the fans for Wagner not having a match tonight. Solo Sequoia walks up, and he asks why they're making excuses. Solo says the fans tell you like it is. If they did, we wouldn't be in this situation. You don't hear him bitching about not having a match. Wagner steps up to Sikoa, but officials rush up and tear him apart. So I'm assuming that that's going to be a match next week, which I'm all for. NXT Championship, Braun Breaker versus Cameron Grimes. The bell rings and they lock up. Breaker forces Grimes back to the buckles. Grimes turns the tables, but Braun shoves him away. They lock up again, and Breaker grabs a side headlock, but Grimes takes him down for a 1 count. Grimes grabs an arm and tries to take Breaker down, but the champion shrugs him off and hits a high-speed shoulder tackle. Back live, Braun has Grimes up for a standing vertical suplex. Braun lifts Grimes up in a military press, but Grimes gets down and sends Braun out of the ring. Grimes goes to the apron and hits a senton to Braun on the floor. Cameron stomps the shoulder of Braun repeatedly before getting back in the ring. Grimes keeps working on the injured shoulder and hits it with a soccer kick. Grimes works on the shoulder some more, but Braun scoops him up and runs him into the corner. Breaker can hardly use his arm, but manages to catch Grimes with a spinebuster, Triple H style. Both men get up and throw punches, but Braun still can't use the left. Breaker with shoulder tackle and snap power slam. Braun pulls the straps down and grabs Cameron, but gets knocked back. Both men hit the ropes, and Grimes catches him with the spinning crossbody for a near fall. Grimes is sent to the apron, and he snaps Braun's arm on the top rope. Cameron goes to the top rope, but Braun jumps up and hits a super Frankensteiner for a near fall. Breaker wants a spear, but Grimes avoids it and looks in a Black Widow submission. Braun gets him up on his shoulders, but Grimes slides off, then runs him shoulder first into the ring post. Grimes follows up with a cave-in, but Braun kicks out. Grimes goes for the middle rope and looks for a super cave-in, but gets caught with a gnarly spear in midair. Breaker covers Grimes and gets the pin to win. Breaker retains. After the match, Breaker walks up the ramp and poses with his title and gets attacked by J.D. McDonald, formerly known as Jordan Devlin. McDonald hits Braun with a pop-up slide suplex through a table. McDonald tells Breaker he's a necessary evil and stands tall, and the Great Baron Kimbash is dead. So that is that, people. So that is that. I'm getting myself out of here. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Friday. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I want everybody to have a great, safe weekend. Go. It's supposed to be nice. Get out. Do your thing. I have to stay in because I can't stand the heat. But please do me a favor. Go check out my social media, which is Twitter, Instagram, and now TikTok. All Mel'S Mat Chat. Also good. Go look at my Snapchat and my Facebook. Go follow me over there. Please do me a favor. Go check out harrys.com for all your shaving and toiletry essentials. Go check out Maestro Classic for all your beard essentials at maestroclassics.com. Please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Pick up all 3 flavors plus the original and spring water, which are lime, mixed berry, and mango orange. Also, go check out deathwishcoffee.com. Go get their 2 new products, which are espresso and blueberry vanilla. Also, please go check out HOG Wrestling. Their high intensity is the last weekend in August. Go check everything out to get all details on when tickets go on sale at hogwrestling.net. House of Black will be there in attendance. And remember, the house always wins. Also, go check out Outbreak Wrestling on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Please have a great weekend. And I'm also telling you, the 23rd on for Death by Dishonor, I will be covering, as well as SummerSlam. So we got a big month, and then we're going to be on to SummerSlam. Then then we're gonna have some sort of August pay-per-view. We're going to get right into the something at the castle in the UK show. So it's going to be a really fast summer. So, but enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we'll see you back here at 2 p.m. back to its regular scheduled program for episode 247. Remember to go check out everything else on my channel. Love you all. Have a great weekend. See you next week.